There was a downside, right? Catering on this tour was not great. What's up, everybody? I'm Austin, a wireless coordinator and intercoms programmer who's toured 6 of the 7 continents, working with some of the biggest artists in the world. And now I'm going to answer your questions and break down what it really takes to make live shows happen. Let's get it. I was lucky that my first tour was an A-Market theater tour. It was small. It was a tight-knit group. The tour itself was well run, right? A lot of times, like on these smaller tours, you deal with tight budgets, and because of that, corners get cut, hotels are questionable, buses aren't well stocked, and after show food sometimes like it's non-existent, or it's just pizza all the time, pizza. But this tour, it was solid, I didn't have to experience some of the horror stories that other people experience, and for that I am definitely happy. Now, there was a downside, right? Catering on this tour was not great. And on tour, there are really 2 ways production handles catering. Some tours, they carry catering. This is to say that the catering company tours alongside the tour, right? They get there before we do, they set up, tear down, go to the next city, right? Like we have the same catering company. And that can be good. That can be great sometimes, because the chefs get to know the crew and we can make suggestions, or, we could get customized dishes to meet our, dietary needs. But if the food or the food selection isn't good or it sucks, oh, that can make for some long, long days on tour. Some tours opt for local catering, or different catering companies for every show, right? And this can be beneficial because the catering company comes in fresh every day and every show. And most of the time, right, they come and they bring their own twists, their own local twists to the menus and, the atmosphere and catering, right? There's less downside when it comes to the food because one day may suck, but the next day, hey, food might be banging, right? This catering company was bad. But the downside to, having local catering is, that's some things that we get used to on tour, like having a station for vitamins or having certain brands, certain condiments, they may be lacking on a day-to-day basis. So I could argue all day, for and against both, but I just know on that first tour, that catering company was awful. On days off, my audio team and the backline guys, like we would hit local gyms. We would play pickup games, like pickup basketball games at the gyms, or we'd go out to eat, just walk around the city. It was fun, those little moments off the clock, like it really helped, me get acquainted to the tour life, right? I wasn't just alone out there. I'm really thankful for those guys. They made it more enjoyable on days off, which in turn made work more enjoyable. Even though the hours were long and sometimes stressful, right? That made it better. Overall, my first tour was a fun learning experience. I was thrown into the deep end, but I felt like I started out with a life jacket, right? So it wasn't just sink or swim. Even though it felt like that, like it wasn't just sink or swim. And I was lucky enough to have people willing to show me the ropes, you know, while still letting me figure things out, while still letting me make mistakes. That balance really made the difference for me. So yeah, you know, that first tour, definitely one to remember. I learned a lot about the tour life, but I also learned a lot about myself. And that still sticks with me to this day, the lessons I learned on that tour. That's it, folks. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more behind the scenes insights into touring, audio, and wireless coordination. Got questions or topics you want me to cover? Drop them in the comments below. See you on the next one.